Are concerned about career growth. 72% said they have looked for some new skills at training themselves since the pandemic started. Joining us now with more is David Sprinkle of Veritas Recruiting Group. Good morning to you, David. How are you? It's good to see you.
Good to see you as well. Thank you for having me on.
I find this fascinating because what happens is there are people who have had a chance over this last year to hone some skills that maybe they didn't think they had. Should you get ahead of the game now?
Now is a great time to be looking for a job. They're calling this the great rehire. And what's happening, it's already happening. Last month in March, the U.S. economy added almost 1 million jobs. And they're projecting that through the end of the year, that we're going to get all those 6 million jobs that we lost that are still remaining, that those are all going to be rehired here through the end of the year. So now is a good time before everybody else gets those jobs. Now is the time to be looking and getting ahead of the game, ahead of all those 6 million other people that are going to start taking those jobs here in the next few months.
You know, what's interesting about what you're saying is my girlfriend started a year ago looking for a new job. She wanted a VP position, and so she started looking. She lands this job during the pandemic, and it's $60,000 more than she was making before. And she said that it was a risk, David, she would not have taken had it not been for the pandemic. Do you find that there is an increase in people who are considering the same thing?
They are, and change is hard, especially if you are working right now and have been. The want to stay and keep that stability is ingrained in most of us, and so any type of change is really difficult. But what we found was that during the pandemic, change was forced upon us, and so it put us, most of us, in these uncomfortable situations. And caused a lot of people to say, you know what, maybe I should look for another job. Maybe I don't love where I'm at. So that is not uncommon, what your friend found, and we're seeing it a lot in the marketplace as recruiters.
And so what should people consider before they start to look for a new job?
Check with your current company first. If you're working and you don't see the career growth, or if things aren't exactly how you want, check with them first. The grass isn't always greener. Even though I'm a recruiter and I'm always tapping people on the shoulder trying to get them to move from one to the next, the grass isn't always greener, and there's always gonna be things, even if it's a better opportunity, there's always gonna be things you don't love in the new job, just like there's things you don't love about the job that you have now. So check with your current employer, talk to them about your concerns. If they're not willing to make the changes that you need or want to get your career moving in the direction that you want it to be in, or to have the flexibility at home, maybe they're bringing everybody back and you like that flexibility of being able to work from home and at the office. If the changes aren't aligning with what you want and what you need for your family, maybe then it is the right time. But my suggestion is the first step is to check with your current employer, and then put a list together of the things that are non-negotiables for you, that you really, the must-haves if you're going to make a change. Now, if you're not working right now, obviously, let's get back to work. I know that there's a lot of stimulus money out there, and there's a weighing of, well, should I take a job and give up the unemployment that's being paid to me by the federal government? Now is the time to really weigh not only the current money, but also these 6 million people that are about to take these jobs over the course of the next year. If you get in first, your opportunities to rise through the ranks are going to be that much more than the people that sit on the sidelines because they're getting free money. So that's something to consider as you're weighing your options in terms of, should I take a job or should I still take the government unemployment money?
David Sprinkle, always great advice. Thanks for joining us this morning.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. 9:49. Jamie, good morning.
Danielle, good morning. Want to start